And we're in. Here we go. Press any key.
Is nearing blasphemy.
For years, we planned jobs just like the bank. Watching houses from rooftops. Stealing keys. Bribing servants. Sharpening our blades as we waited for the right moment. You were proud of what we could do. I knew that much. I never told you about my time in Karnaka. How I came to Dunwall. How the outsider marked me. And made me the man I was. As I look out on the water for the last time, I know none of that matters. Who I thought I was will end with me. All that will be left of me is your memories. You were the best I ever taught. Your betrayal was expected. For the lives we led then, you had no choice but to turn against me. But now, I find myself counting on you again. You have what you need. You will find out what to do. It's time, Billy. Kill the outsider. Remove this terrible power from the world. For everything we did. And everything it did to us. I could have died 100 bloody ways. But in the end, here I am. On your ship. Sipping your last good whiskey. That's not so bad. Thank you, Billy. And farewell.
Missing pharmacist found dead. The horrifying find of a bloodless body in the alley of Jaconda Street has the Grand Guard on high alert. The victim was Eduardo Centifugos, a respected pharmacist whose family business has been a part of the Upper Surrey district community for 50 years. His body was exsanguinated at another location and dumped in the alley, the same method used in several other recent deaths. The guard has no comment on the apparent serial murders, leading to some residents questioning to question what they're hiding. It's another crown killer, that's what, claims the local baker, Madeira Jimenez. The guard says don't panic, but why wouldn't we? We're all at risk. The reward is offered for information related on the Centifugos murder. I've read that. Alberto Centifugos, glimpsing the beyond. Pharmacist, painter, and Upper City district resident Alberto Centifugos is the spotlight of Carambola Gallery's latest showcase of Kanakan artists. Self-taught in a studio he maintained above his pharmacy. Centifugos is an adept hand at colour, form, and technique. Yet, the most. Hold on, give me a sec. Yet, the most intriguing thing about this show is the artist's subject. The most striking of his paintings are a series of which Centifugos has entitled Impressions of the Void. Hold on, my chair's just not getting in. Oh, there we go. Rough landscapes of blackened stone are juxtaposed with dreamlike figures. They're drawn in long brushstrokes, at once angular and full of grace, and the viewer can't help but be absorbed by the scene. An artist's statement, Centrifugos, spoke about his unusual subject matter. The void is a constant presence in our lives, yet we know nothing about it. It remains a place of dreams and memories. In my work, I try to illuminate some small portions of its eternal mystery. Carambola Gallery is supported through the generous donation by Dolores Mitchells, director of Mitchell's Deposit and Loan.
Some minds get fixed on one thing and never find a way out. Cienfuegos wanted to see the void. Well, maybe he's seen it now.
Page from Dolores' journal. 10th day, month of Timber. Before I can seize my immortality, I must deal with the mess Centrifuegos created. Outsider, take that traitor. The cult can never know what he stole from the documents they entrusted to me. If the information about the secret void entrance fell into the wrong hands, it would destroy everything. My plan would be ruined. No, I won't let that happen. These rat-kill sisters have closed off the Royal Conservatory, but that's a minor obstacle. As I know well, they're almost our way past the most secure defences. I just need to think of it.
Only the outsider knows how long the eyeless have kept their hideout a secret. I'll find out where it is.
The Blind Sisters search the Royal Conservatory. In an exceptional turn of events, the Abbey of the Everyman has deemed it necessary to dispatch members of the Oracular Order to investigate the Royal Conservatory. Readers will remember the sudden closure of the Royal Conservatory last year, with the representative citing an infestation of mites. This does not explain, however, the presence of the Grand Guard at all hours, nor the strange winds spotted in and around the building. As the Abbey sends its most secretive members to the site, we may only conclude that some event of great concern has occurred there. The Blind Sisters, as they're known, were seen early this morning entering the Royal Conservatory, with a contingent of overseers. When approached for comment, the Sisters of the Oracular Order did not respond, and your humble journalist was forcibly encouraged to leave the area. Large bonfires have since been kindled in the streets, and it is believed that portions of the Royal Conservatory, once impressive collection, has already been burned. In the interest of safety, City Gardens District has been placed under lockdown on the authority of the Abbey of the Everyman, and residents are remained to comply with all overseer orders.
Even the Oracular Order is here. That's strange. They almost never leave their chapels. The information I need could be in the archives down in the conservatory basement, or in the curator's office. It'll be full of Abbey zealots either way.
No more tobacco, no more liquor, no more listening to Dowd muttering his sleep. I held the rat charm, hoping to see Deirdre's face again, but now I hope the last night was the last time. When she came to me, she smiled, and I knew that I had something to share with again. First, she kissed my lifeless eye, then held up what she'd been hiding behind her back. It was Dowd's hand, cut off at the wrist, and all carved up with the outsider's mark. I watched as she bent her head and kissed its cold flesh too, all the while whispering that language I only heard in the void. Then she dropped the dead hand and sank it into the black, and it disappeared. Did the outsider show me this? Is he using Deirdre's face, her hands, her hair, things I'd never share, and never keep close to my heart? That's true. I don't know why, and I don't even know what it means for the old man. I don't think he's found any rest even now.
I'll finish what you started, Dowd.
I read something like that was going to happen, but we're fine. Or Distant Isle. Less than full of white energy, you move slower, make more noise, and deal less damage. Full of energy, you move faster. Oh, okay, no.
You made me jump. It's been a long time since anyone came in through that door.
Where did they come in? Through this door. Alvaro and the Abbey. I have good reason to believe that Abbey of Everman is committing unspeakable crimes within the Royal Conservatory. If you're as fond of them as I am, kill every last blind sister and overseer except for the brother Cardoza. Leave him in one of his musical chairs and I'll deal with him myself. Kill every single person of the Abbey. Oh, okay. Well, for the prophecies. Sister Rosalind keeps a detailed record of her prophetic visions. Rumor has it that she knows every secret of the Isles, murders, trees, and love affairs. That kind of information could turn me into a very powerful lady. I'll give all my bone chums to whoever managed to infiltrate the Royal Conservatory and steal that book. I abandoned my apartment last night because of the Abbey wretched quarantine. In my haste, I left a precious relic behind, but I doubt anyone has seized it, considering how well protected it is. In fact, I'm offering good coin to anyone who's clever enough to bypass defenses and live to tell the tale. It's one with a knife. Dowd is dead, and I'm all that's left of him. Me and this knife can't let go. Dolores Mitchell's bank was a puzzle box of miserable secrets, and right at its center was the reason for it all. A woman taught to breaking, and the knife she tried to hide. The outsider handed the knife to me himself. He wants to know what I'm going to do with it. He'll find out soon enough. Why does this thing have two blades? Nothing ever gets stuck between them. None of this void shit ever makes any sense. Alone again. I burned Dowd's body. When I left the Whalers, the rat plague was still piling corpses in the street. There wasn't anyone alive in those mouths that didn't learn grief. In those months that didn't learn grief. Even Dowd nearly lost himself to it then. But I can't lose myself. Not now, not again. When Deirdre died, who I was or what I'd done died too. No one else saw me like she did. No one until I met Dowd, and he gave me purpose again. When I left Dunwall, I let it heal over with lies. Man, I can't talk today. When my time back with Dowd reopened that wound. All I can hope for now is I helped him in his final days, just like he helped me. Stolen secrets. At the bank, I learned more about the pharmacist Centifugos. He was an eyeless and an artist too. He painted the void and was close to finding out the cult leaders reached that place, and how the cult leaders reached that place. He stole documents from Dolores Mitchell's and sent them to the Royal Conservatory. I need to find them so I can see what he saw. His paintings are quiet. If a painting can be quiet, quiet but unsettled. He wants to know everything, uncover every secret. He was searching, just like me, and he was killed for it. A broken coven. Last time I was in the Syria Gardens, the Royal Conservatory had become a nest for some coven of witches. I worked with Dunwall years ago. The curator, Brenna Ashworth, and a group of women were living there, performing odd rituals with bones and glass. Now the Abbey of the Everyman and the witch hunters have taken it back and are gutting the place of all traces of black magic. If I'm lucky, the documents I need haven't been burned yet. When that outsider's gone and the overseers can't use him to prey on people's fears, I'll be here laughing as the Abbey falls to pieces.
Someone looks armed and dangerous.
I don't really want any of these. I don't mind one of these.
It's all yours. Enjoy. Nice doing business with you. The conservatory visitors used to be my best customers. Such exotic items they asked for. Now it's all weapons and trinkets. Come back next time you need something.
It's not kill him, right?
The streets are closed on Abbey orders.
I'm gonna let this up if I have to kill every single one of them because it might be there forever. You need to kill every single person. Okay. Easy enough.
By the strictures! What the?
Oh my god, I missed.
I'll perform right. I smell heresy on you. I'll feed you to the hounds.
What is going on?
Shit, what was that? Are you all right?
I hit my healing button so fast there. Maybe I should go back and get the charge shot thing. Because I just missed so hard, and then when the ones that didn't do hit didn't do any damage.
Welcome back. Take a look around. You're armed to the teeth. Nice doing business with you. Be careful out there.
kept getting stuck on that box. You just didn't want to die, did you? Just kept getting shot at a tank. It is the complete listings of heretical items that have been submitted throughout the examination of month of Rain, 1852. Still under investigation. Curtis office papers, silvergraphs, notes, letters. Note, the location of these new documents was revealed to the oracular order in a vision. The archive has been confiscated by Sister Roswin. She will personally examine it for potential heretical properties and communicate her findings directly to roving Vice Overseer Cardoza. Heretical contraption, lenses, desecrated caskets, wires, and devices. Note that will be dismantled and sent to the Abbey once the Sister's examination is complete. Warned are shipped to the Abbey. I'm not reading all that.
Sister Roswin is keeping documents in the curator's office. I need to find them.
Even is this?
Hey, over here.
What do you want?
It's my Lonnie. He went into that building with the red poster over there. Said he wanted to check for something real quick like. Well, that was hours ago, and he's not back. And with overseers crawling all over the place, I just know something bad happened.
You look tough. Why don't you go check on him?
Can't. Promised I'd stay put right here, out of harm's way. Lon says we can't risk us both getting hurt. Especially if... Please. Can you just go check on him for me? I'll make it worth your while.
The void tempts mysteries and craves answers.
Open up! We know you're in there. Surrender and we won't harm you for entering a quarantined area. Open the door! Open the cursed door!
Calm yourself. You can't stay in there forever.
Do you think he escaped through a back exit?
It's a bar. He's probably drunk and passed out. You know how these blasphemous... Brother?
Why is my blade blue? That's so cool looking. I'm gonna change some of my things to more combat-based ones. Dear Lonnie, I've been thinking about you the last time we talked. You said you were torn up inside and you can't offer Courtney a decent proposal with no ring. My boss had to leave a stash of jewellery behind in her apartment when they put Syria Gardens under quarantine. If I recall right, there's a ring in there you might use for a proposal. It'll do until you find a nice one anyway. Consider my wedding gift to you too.
I'm sorry. He didn't make it. But I found this letter with him. Thought you might want it.
Oh, no. Lonnie. Thank you. Here. Take this for your trouble.
Thanks, but I'm good. You keep that.
I didn't know what it was, but alas. If it was just money, I wouldn't have wanted it, but if it wasn't just money. Neat. Little secrets.
Over their whale. I am sorry to have missed it. One Captain Brother Cardozo's face, essentially. How did she manage to get through the vent system?
I don't know, but I saw her crawl out of that open hatch in the courtyard. I believe there is now only one witch left alive in the cellar holding chamber.
That's alright.
Our therapy.
Welcome in.
Send someone to inspect that vent. We don't want another desperate rat creeping through the pipes.
I think things are alright. I'm very tired, but things are alright. What about you? Dear brother, I hope all is well with you. Sorry you're tired, but I'm glad everything's okay. That's okay. Don't worry, I started getting by migraines just chilling out eating dinner. Nice. Well as well. Well, not necessarily now you're good, but next to eating dinner. Thanks for just chilling. Was all well with you? How does my garden fare? Are the potatoes sprouting yet? I wish I was there to see it, and not here in this den of practical horror. I understand how important our work is at the conservatory. I fear I shall never clean again. I'll never feel clean again after dealing with the remnants of Delilah's coven. Brothers, you cannot imagine how far from the structures these creatures have fallen. If they abandoned their humanity to wallow in wanton flesh like animals to worship the outsider with their twisted profane rituals. Read the writings to blush with some shame or power degrading things. And what for? A fleeting taste of mortal power? Incomprehensible. I can't wait to push their filth behind me and return home for good. Clean earth, bright sunshine of our quiet lives together. Haha, well you're dead now. Rip grandma, you're dead now. Trial of Constance Bow. Excerpt from court proceedings conducted by roving vice overseer Alvaro Cardanza. Prisoner of Constance Bow. Pottershed. Offence heresy. Verdict guilty. Punishment reformation musical therapy. Inventory of confiscated prisoners after capture in Royal Conservatory submitted as evidence of witchcraft. 1 sharpened piece of bone. 3 rat tails. 5 pieces of braided hair. 1 hand mirror. 1 waxworked doll. Looked to be the former grand inventor. 1 on-site silvergraph of the offending item has been filed. 1 on-site silvergraph of the item has been filed. Item has been stuck with several hairpins in the neck, head, and groin. Huh. That's funny. There's a doll with those pins in it in the last game, and those are the places where you stab or deal damage to if you assassinate the grand inventor instead of knocking him out. 5 pieces of whalebone inscribed with lewd images. 1 pair of testicles, dried and strung together. When asked the origin, the prisoner stated they were your own. Okay. Excerpt from court proceedings conducted by roving vice overseer Alvaro Cardanza. Prisoner Patricia Devoshka of Dunwall. Offence heresy, verdict guilty, punishment reformation music therapy. A woman also captured in the Royal Conservatory confessed to witnessing the prisoner suckling at her rat breast as if it were an infant. Testimony transcribed by Overseer Benson. It was a haggard thing, all skin and bones. Patricia galled up in her arms and held it to her until it stopped wriggling. She had no milk. Let the rat gnawed at her until there was a flow of blood and then sucked it like a baby when cradling and cooed. She did this once every few days until it grew fat. The wound it made went bad and she fell down fevers for many days. As we took care of her, she said she walked with the outsider in her sickness. There's a statement to the court. He cried, so pitiful, and oh, the poor thing was starved. What a psycho. Yeah.
Another dead witch. What happened this time? Brother Cardoza says they keep dying during therapy. Says there's a
I remember these back in Dunwall. When it played, it was like knives sliding over your skin. No way this is a cure.
Kill them first. Kill them for the pieces of me they tore away. If they turn their eyes on me again, I am dead. We came here together, my love. And now they peer into your corpse.
Sure.
Cross 3 times. No, 4 times.
How do I get further down? Oh. Oh. Real interesting. I can't get further down. Well, how do I get further down? Unless I'm just blind and didn't look up here. I didn't look up here. So it was. Okay.
Have you ever encountered one of our blind sisters before, Brother Cirillo? It is very rare indeed for them to journey beyond their chapels. I only saw them once before during the feast of the Dunwall rat thing.
No, I have not. This is the first time. If I may ask, brother, why are they here with us? Surely we can manage these heretics ourselves.
Sister Rosewind personally called for an investigation into this place, and in her wisdom brought our sisters to aid in this mission. Remember, brother, their visions see beyond what you or I may understand in the present. Their prophecies guide the Abbey, and their pronouncements guide you.
Yes, of course you are correct. I will be wary of the errant mind.
See that you do. Someone's shooting at us! One of us is down!
Yeah, R2's my fast runs. Yeah. People do be dying though. Opening the sealed door, we have been unable to break into the room of which the last witches retreated to when they realised their defiance was in vain. The heretics were dispatched with their pistols, but the door had been blocked. There are most likely some profane artifacts remaining inside. We must access the room in order to cleanse it with black magic. Take care to keep the last witch in the basement alive. She must know a way. Extract her from her. Ah.
I inhaled the fumes, but the vision did not come. Why?
Real fake windows. Slighted sightings of the overseer. Let not the eyes linger upon pretty things. Better to pluck them out than to rest them long on temptation. One heretical thought leads inevitabilities to more. A single errant weed soon takes over the field of wheat. Know this, there is only one path. It is the job of the outsider to convince that there are many. The duty of the tongue is to speak the 7 scriptures, all else is heresy. Burn the non-believers from the midst, for they are a blight upon the earth. These are among the guides of the outsider, the orphan of which outstretched hand, strumpet with Lucius words, the scholar with copious tomes. The heretic cannot be redeemed except by oil and flame. Beware the starving hordes, as they hunger for more than sustenance. In spirit they are destitute. In judgment they are lacking. Live in silence, for a single untruth or misspoken word can lead to ruin of many times of magnitude. Do not accept the invitation of the outsider. The drink he offers is poison, and on his heart death simmers. On his hearth.
Hello? I think I just saw something. Whatever. Nothing, man. I don't even know.
The High Overseer will want a thorough... Toward what? Intruder! Outflanker! Kill you for that! Die, creature of the void!
If that was a rat, it was a fat one.
His brother Algernon. I know you said to cease writing home from the Abbey so often, but something extraordinary just happened. I found my life's purpose. You almost said that if I subdued my errant mind and worked with the vigilant, the path would become clear. And it has. Brother, I protect our sisters now. My heart trembles with the honour of serving them. They grace my humble eyes as they pace the conservatory corridors with brisk strides, or bend their oracular gifts toward the profane equipment left behind the heretics. What was that noise? Must have been my imagination. My responsibility, the Brotherhood's responsibility, is to protect them and to decipher what transpired within these benign walls. When Sister Roswin nods and thanks me, my entire being floods with the most intense satisfaction. Truly, I was born for this task. I wanted you to know.
We must find these heretics. One of us is down!
Just rammed his head into the wall.
Hey, you! This...
Hey you are meant to be here, as he's getting impaled on my sword. Hello, Mr. Man. Goodbye, Mr. Man. Oh. Morgue key.
My readings showed that their black magic drew on the threads of kinship we share with our fallen brethren. These witches sought to twist our prophecies.
Oh, I've not got agile. That's what's really fucking me here.
To their own ends.
They could plant life in our mouths with this machine. What protections do we have against these violations in the future?
Be calm, Palace. Study this sinister.
What is going on?
Oh, that's grenade. Oh god. How did that one get knocked unconscious?
Sister Kuei, audiograph entry for the 15th day of the month of rain. Our investigations have led us to these unseemly devices. I have been attending to the dead, and some evenings I've heard voices coming from them. They speak in the manner of our trances. My sisters do not believe me, and some have gone so far as to
My effigies of the Oracular Sisters. Day 4. It's been difficult to create effigies of the Oracular Sisters. They keep to themselves, rarely venturing outside, impossible to get the hair and nail clippings I need. But I have an idea. If sisters are linked even beyond death, then I can use the bones of their dead, dug up from an abbey graveyard to attune to the oraculum in the minds of the living sisters. It is done. Aldolfina and several others brought back a wagon full of coffins. I'll start the effigies at once. Still only faint voices, nothing near the connection required to give them dreams. I must adjust the lenses. Refine the effigies, sleep with their skulls beneath my blankets for a few nights more. Perhaps integrate the scars they use to cover their eyes. Delilah is anxious about my progress, and yet there's not much to tell. I was able to interpret several oracular sisters in conversation, leaving them momentarily at a loss for words. I'm confident that soon enough I'll be able to make them say whatever I wish. Then I'll have news for my Empress in Dunwall. At last, I held one of the sisters in a trance-like state for an hour. Delilah was ecstatic, since she would control the oracular order. Nice. Good for them.
Come out wherever. One of us is down. Did you hear that? What? Somebody's down.
It's like when you're watching like a video of like a roller coaster. I don't want to say anything. What's the pictures of the turtle? Also, why has it got gears in it? Is an interesting question, I think. Corroded Mind by Alvardo Cardonza. Effects of the outsider's influence. In the anatomical evidence clearly demonstrates that the mind itself deteriorates under the outsider's influence. This conclusion is inescapable when you examine the behaviour as follows. Observe the case of a young woman, devoted to the strictures and pure by all accounts, who fell into corruption by mere belief in the outsider. There was no vice that she would stoop to. Slaughter of animals for superstitious rituals, wishing harm to others through heretical spells and curses, desecration of text with profane writing. Her errant mind led to rampant flesh and a lying tongue. Soon she abandoned every guiding principle and ran away in the night. Her abused and gravid body was donated to the abbey 2 years later. Autopsy revealed deterioration of the connecting lobar tissue. Her mind was visibly divided, corroded beyond repair, all from the belief of the outsider. That is interesting. She physically got changed because of the outsider. A bone charm like right here. I can heat it. I'm gonna see if this is the basement. I've already been to it, yeah, okay. Oh, that's probably that bone charm it's in, yeah, that's probably that bone charm. Oh, I didn't even know there was a door there. Oh, alright. What the hell are you? Help with the prophecies. Sister Rosalind keeps dedicated records of prophetic visions. Rumor has it she knows every secret. Oh, this is a side quest. I know this. This is this one. Rosalind's prophecies. 500 strings pulled over taut some unknown instrument. My sisters could not make sense of it. Perhaps it will reveal itself again. More political unrest in Morley. Useless squabbles at no end. Lord Carrington's next feast. It will display the head of a blood ox as a centerpiece and assassinate the rival at dinner table. As a result of my sisters, we will write to basically overshare handling before the month of rain. Our site shows us the Isles from the trivial to the calamitous. A baker using sawdust instead of flour and karnaka. Fishing net tangled around a dead child in Potter's Head. A whisper between lovers in Dunwall Tower. Tonight, I witnessed Outsider's final movements in the void. I've imparted the danger to my sisters, but I could not divulge the true nature of my vision. It would only invite the errant mind. Some may greet the Outsider's death with exultation. The others would show more wisdom. I have not yet written to the High Oracle. I fear the event will come to pass before my message could reach her. No. I know what I must do to prevent this dissolution. I just like tripped up over that shit. But we were fine in the end. Where the hell did you come from anyway?
Let's see what you got.
Where did you come from? I doubt it.
I have been called to the trance. Sister Rosewind seems agitated today. I believe a recent vision presses upon her. She and a few of our sisters are on the terrace now. I must join them.
Of course, I understand if she is ill at ease. I am disturbed by the archive we've uncovered here. I hope we can return to our channels.
Focus on the task at hand, sister.
Well, that didn't work. Oh! I did though. The Royal Curator, Brenna Ashworth. My name is Alberto Centifugos. You know that we have mutual friends, and that all that needs to be said is on that subject. I believe we share particular interests. I would ask you to make arrangements for us to meet privately, on some artistic or curatorial pretense. There we would discuss in the full question that occupies both of our minds, the nature of the void, and a means to safely walk its ruined landscape in the flesh. Yes, I believe I found a way to reach the fabled place. I have enclosed several silvergraph prints. I submit them to your expertise. In the interest of our safety, I would ask you to keep these with utmost discretion. Burn it all rather than risk discovery. By sending the short letter, I've already made dangerous enemies. Address your response to me directly. Roving Vice Overseer's mission notes. Last entry. Sister Roswin directs us to destroy the richest books and papers. Her wisdom is beyond question, and yet I have glimpsed such wonders in their pages. What harm lies in looking through the tomes before the fire consumes them? Should we not know the enemy we fight? Should we not study their corrupt thoughts to better understand them? Doubt plagues me and leads my mind down an errant path. It is heresy, I know this, yet I still burn with curiosity. If only I could preserve just a few small volumes from the flames. Take this from falling, hallucination rate is halved. No. Message from Leonard Roswin. Cardoza, the heretic archive we have discovered here is more dangerous than we could have known. Recent vision has revealed its importance to the future of the faithful. If we do not act soon, I believe we could undo everything the Abbey has accomplished within the Isles. There are only two courses of action before us. Burn the archive with other blasphemous documents we have uncovered, or have it delivered to Whitecliff for further study and deliberation. I meditate on my vision today and decide which in the Abbey's best interest. I'll send one of my sisters to retrieve you when I have reached my decision. When that happens, come immediately and to me and do exactly as I tell you without a moment's delay. It's too dangerous for the information in this archive. It contains to linger this place any longer than necessary. I'll deal with them later. That was the same vocal, the same audio lines as when you put Thingy in the chair in Dishonored 2, because it sounded like he clicked his jaw, which we never saw. Not sure if you guys picked up on that. You couldn't get in. The door's right there. I don't know how they couldn't get in. They just got a ladder. And that's everyone.
One of us saw that coming, Rosewood.
Yeah? Your lost diary. Sister Rosamond, we have yet to look at your personal diary of prophecies and meditations. The thief, as you know, fled along the catwalk that borders the atrium and into the elevator shaft. Fortunately, she fell to her death. We searched her, but your diary was not found among her effects. She may have concealed it somewhere before she came to our end. The body of Sister Cyan, who died in an attempt to subdue the thief, has been properly attended to. Her remains are on their way to the chapel presently. May her spirit fade and merge with the cosmos. I'm certain that no one has found your diary and neglected to inform us. But I know that if I catch an overseer reading our private notes, I'm within my rights to kill him for his fragrant defacement to the wandering gaze. I am blind, wow. I don't have this key yet though, the morgue key. I just kind of break it down. I can, that's fine then. A lot of bodies in here, my goodness. Mobile mimicry. Semblance drains less light energy. Alright. Morgue tasks. Deliver Balacadosa's autopsy implements to Smith for sharpening and purifying. Burn the remaining cadavers. Report any unusual events and anomalies to Brother Cardoza. Ask Brother Bonallo to remove the drained girls for cleansing. Refill vats with embalming fluid, purge cadaver hoses of impurities, remove smuggler's rotting body from the elevator and cleanse stench from the depth of the room. Investigate how they infiltrated the conservatory.
This is what I needed. There shouldn't be anything on this part of the mountain. Shindere North Quarry. That's where the eyeless are getting into the void. I should keep the silvergraph plate with me.
I can't get into these windows anymore. Oh well. Oh wait. I'm gonna actually, I don't know if it's a black market. It's Shindirikori. So I'm gonna head back over there. Oh, you can totally break into the black market though. Whoops. Yeah.
Let's see, you drive a hard bargain. I'd have to be on my guard.
An oracular order by Douglas Herarticle, historian. What has been said about the blind sisters of the oracular order? In truth, their eye functions just as well as yours and mine. However, they do endeavour to become blind to distractions and frivolities. They will, if necessary bids them, walk among us, wearing richly hued blindfolds or otherwise covering their eyes. In this way they remain at all times ready to see things clearly. Decisions are made during the cloistered gatherings. Though no one is permitted to observe, the process was described to me, so I read it here with permission. I have read this. Oh, that's been actually shot in the black market. Whoops. Speaking of whips, that bow.
Don't see many customers coming in from that district any. Someone looks armed and dangerous. It's all yours. Enjoy. back next time you need something.
Oh yeah. And their bone charm rewards. Hole in the world. Photograph plate you recovered from the road observatory points to a secret location far away in the mountains near Shindiri Creek. Once you're there and you find an entrance to the void and eliminate the outsider.
There's a darkness at the center of all things. It'll change you if you think about it too much, but it's always there. It waits for you. When I was in hiding, I tried to forget everything that I was. Now I aim to keep my promise to a dead man, someone who meant the world to me. Sometimes I still hear Dowd's voice echoing through the metal of this miserable knife. This is the strangest, most important thing I've been through, and that's saying a lot. There's a mining complex on Shindere Peak, somehow so obscure that most people don't believe it exists. That mad cult lives there, protecting the one place that can bring me face to face with the outsider himself. Years ago, I heard Dowd talking about the void. A fear that grips your throat, bends your spine, but I can't turn away now. What will we have left if the outsider's gone? His name might be lost to the void, but tonight, I'll find out if he can still bleed. This is the place, Shindere North Quarry. It shouldn't exist, but from what I can see, this place is real. At least for now.
Here, the void is closest to the surface of reality, breaking through and spilling out all the fear and power the Abbey of the Everyman tries to hide. You have uncovered more than most. What you do now will change the world.
You again. You know I used to wonder if you'd speak to me. I almost wanted it. Every street kid, every desperate wretch pushed to the edge. They all wanted you to speak to them. Why didn't you? Why me, now? You know I'm here to end this. You and this disgusting cult.
People have come to this place for centuries wanting many things. To elude death, to seek forbidden knowledge. They are never satisfied no matter how much they take. Not even the dead find peace here. You will find another relic of the cult's heart. A piece of whatever god came before my time. You will find the people who murdered me. When I knew them, they had names and ambitions. Now, they wander this place, their minds snared up with terrible secrets, keeping hidden the unspeakable ritual that made me what I am. Deep in the void, they put a knife to my throat and tore my name away. You have found the knife. Maybe you can find my name in the black viscera of this place. If you care to look.
Why are you telling me this? What do you want?
We both know how a mob can justify a murder to themselves. Who I was or what I wanted never mattered to the cultists here. I will not speak to you again. The next time we meet, you will be face to face with what was done to me all those years ago. Your mind echoes with everything that Dowd wants you to do. But I am here to say that you have a choice, Billy Lurk.
He said something there that I think was really cool. Kill it or find another way. He's close. My nights on this mountain have been sleepless, but last night I dreamt about the outsider. I knew I would, sooner or later. He was held in the void, eyes shut tight as if he was dreaming something just as terrible. I didn't hesitate. I put my living hand to his cheek and then pushed the knife into his chest. I leaned into it with my whole body as I slid into him with a shudder, blood welling up over my fingers. His eyes opened. I saw him face to face, just for a moment. Then he fell, trembling in the dark, and all I could see was Deirdre, twitching up in the gutter the day she died. I had to force myself to wake up so I could look away. I know the knife becomes part of me when I can't see it. I feel it in my chest and my throat. I could hate the outside of what he's done to me, twisting up the few memories I hold dear, showing me the horrors I never wanted to witness, leaving me with ragged pieces of myself, all bound up in shadows. Can I end this miserable life for that? Let's check these bone charms I might have gotten. Oh, I got the familiar scent one. And I think I have Lucky Gem too. There's another one, I think. Quiet Hook, I think, too. Okay. The way to Shindiri North Quarry. I'll never know exactly what Sister Rosalind saw in her visions, but something made her hesitate. Something made her hold on to that silver graph long enough for me to save it from the fire. The archive that Centrifugal showed me exactly where the void touches our world, where I can reach the outsider. I don't know what else I'll find here. All the whispers and legends say something terrible, something you can't forget. I won't know what's true until I reach it. What do you pack for Journey to the Voids? I just left everything behind. Leaving Karnaca. Every day Karnaca gets smaller. That swarming, stinking city, and nothing but a few lights in the distance. But I can't look back anymore. The void is closer with every step. It's quiet out here. Sometimes all I can hear is my own breath, my own heartbeat. It reminds me of being in the open ocean, feeling like you're the only one left alive, feeling like the world won't care if you don't come back. Nothing but me and my thoughts. My choice. Everything I've done has led to this place. This moment. Killing the Duke's brother when I was a kid, betraying Dad, helping Emily retake the throne, but even then, I never felt important. It was almost just another desperate person trying to make sense of her life. I watched my whole world being taken from me over and over. This time, I gave it all up on my own. I'm climbing the mountain. I don't know what waits for me there, but the outsider is watching, and he knows it was my choice to go to the summit. The outsider hasn't known anything but hatred for thousands of years. He was killed to fulfill a purpose. No one asked him what he wanted. The lights went out in his world, and his eyes adjusted to the dark. I know what real loneliness is like. If it hadn't been for Dowd, I would have died from it. Now I'm walking into the void to face the loneliest creature in the world. Maybe the outsider knows I'm just chasing down someone who can give me a bit of purpose. Nothing left except promises to the dead. When I reach him, I'll see more clearly than ever.
Where is everyone? I hate this place already.
And the void, Chief? Oh, I was a fucking idiot when I first played this. I was like, there's no way through it without doing it lethally, and I had to go through that way and kill people. And I just found this place. Almost immediately. Silver Rush at Shindiri Peak. Silver Fever slipped through Karnaca this week, as would-be prospectors hoisted a shovel and left to strike it rich at Shindiri Peak. Recent discovery of thick vein silver ores at Shindiri North Quarry had been brought unprecedented profits to mining companies and small claim holders alike. Reports say the latest stroke of the pick uncovers silver nuggets with thousands. The wild rush to make a fortune means that claims in the peak are going fast. Best opportunities for work as miners with Shindiri Mining Company. The company offers a percentage of the profits to all who sign and dig for them. So what are you waiting for? To Shindiri. Strangers have a slight chance of eliminating a body. Oh. The fuck was that? Oh, I hate that. Wow, this dog is just doing wonders on me there. Oops. Difficulties continue at Shindari North Quarry. Concerning reports of disrupted mining activities at Shindari North Quarry again, with many working on-site complaining the unsettling visual and auditory hallucinations. These have ranged from seemingly innocuous instances of misplaced equipment to large sections of the mine disappearing and reappearing within hours. The widespread nature of these collective hallucinations have made them difficult for Shindari Miners Company to dismiss. Furthermore, rumours of black damp, miners' slang for lack of breathable air caused by underground gases, have spread, leading to several threats of general strike across the company's workforce, as well as a growing labour shortage as many miners choose to leave the troubled site. Accusations of poor working conditions, particularly lack of adequate ventilation, are entirely unfounded and ultimately harmful to our operations, said Beres Castiglia, a representative of the Shindari Mining Company when reached for a comment. We commented on the health and safety of our workers and taken steps to ensure those reporting headaches, memory loss, and hallucinations have access to proper counselling and treatment. Man, this level has way more like ins and outs than I remember having it. I used to not like this level, because of all these lack of ins and outs. But my god, does it have tons that I just missed? Miner's letter. Siobhan, I know you don't believe me, but I saw it again. The air shivered and split apart and sealed up again like a river crust. The rest of the day I didn't recognise anyone's faces. It was like their mouths, noses, and eyes all blurred together like a bad silver graph. I had to guess who it was based on their clothes. We didn't leave Dumbo for this shit. When the Pendleton mines closed up, we thought now is our chance so we can go to Sokonos. There's better pay and better weather. Now? Maybe we should have stayed. I don't know. I can't handle this. I can't go down there not knowing what I might see. Please, you have to believe me. You're the only one who knows. Your brother Niall. Oh, I hate that.
solace in mundane things, cast aside distractions.
She will be back all the lies and symbols. For some, a catastrophe. For others, a revelation. And for some, my death will be a promise.
I've seen what happens. The stone grips more than your body. It takes over your mind and heart.
This is our purpose, Antero. This is why we're here. Don't fight the influence of the endless and empty.
I don't want to. I'm scared. Come like them.
Don't worry.
What?
Fucking donked him.
Someone's shooting at us!
Why do they look like that? What goes on here?
Like what? Oh, marked like that. I feel like I picked something up there. Maybe not. A bone charm, maybe? I was here, I just couldn't find a way around these guys non-lethally. Very spooky level, isn't it?
What is that thing?
That.
It makes my eye burn.
Mmm. Mmm. Supervisor's notes. Adrastos, the front gate code is 486. I can't stay here for a minute longer. For a while, it was just a little flashes of light, like cracks in a window pane, but now I hear voices. And it's not just a few whispers, it's like whole conversations, like they're right beside me. Sometimes I see strange people at the corner of my eye, but then they're gone. It's like everything shivers and changes in front of me, then it's back to normal, like nothing happened. This place is cursed. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not waiting for it to get worse. I'm going back to Karnaca. I remember I brute forced this puzzle when I like the platforming puzzle when I played this because I was dumb apparently. But doing that. Meant to go that. Here we are.
I saw you hasten from the light.
Void conduct. Conditional portion of void energy. That sounds fine to me.
You communed with the eye.
This also bypasses the gate code.
And recognized myself. It yearns as I yearn. Under its gaze, I sank beneath the surface of these waters. I walked the path of the envisioned and witnessed the churning in the dark. I still feel the eye's presence in my mind.
Yes, yes. The dead see with such depth. The eye of the dead god sees all our desires.
One day we too shall see the truth. I know it.
The Eye of the Dead God. Who is this dead god? We saw a poster of it before, and then the outside it mentioned something about the god that came before him. Just there. What is the Eye of the Dead God? Who is the dead god? Tonight we commune with the Eye. When you finish your studies for the evening, leave the library and join us in the chamber. Relic will look inside of us, and we must aid its search. The void lies inwards. We must bring us to the surface to see the truth. Bring sharp knives. Oh yeah. Bring 3 sharp knives.
I remember one man, some aristocrat from Dunwall, was granted permission to join us here. The fool brought his prize hound, as if he could keep it in the mine, as if we don't have enough vermin. We have no.
I didn't like that. What?
Outsiders'
This
bones.
place is for our eyes only.
Do you fear? Where did you steal?
I'll end your myth. You'll pay for that with...
You sewer rats like no! You'll pay for her death! Face your death! Ow!
Do you mean, ow, you're unconscious? Snap reaction. Iron roots, iron boots. Iron roots. Not doing too much less later, actually. That's fine. Is there anything up here? You can take the left. Up here too.
What will it be like to finally experience an end? I see forever, and even I can't see the future.
This is the cool shit. This is the cool shit.
Cold stone hard. Tastes bad. Breaks teeth. Oh no blood anymore.
The rats at Shinderig North Quarry noticed certain cultists transferring from flesh and blood into unearthly stone beings.
Indeed, we are truly fortunate to experience the passage of Envision twice in one day.
I read that Envisioned can't communicate with us anymore. Can they see us? Or can they only see what's in the void?
In Witness by Stone, Nozaku posits that Envisioned can see us, but choose not to speak. They have loftier matters to ponder when they walk the void.
One day,
One did just walk that wall though.
I'll still acknowledge I dislike
Freaky shit.
Ran and hide, found small places. Still the huge eye sees. The huge eye sees. Drags us to the dark places. Drags us to the cold. Everything's stone. Everything old.
If someone wants one of rats, these whispers alluded to the huge eye that acts as a window into the void.
Malchiodi and I used to have long discussions on ancient translation and linguistics. It's a pity, really. He was a true scholar.
I wouldn't praise him too loudly. He violated the highest commandments of our society. The ritual hold is forbidden to us, as you well know.
I understand his punishment. He had to die, I don't dispute that. But his work...
There are things that even those such as we were never meant to gaze upon. Remember that.
Stop shotting. Use of the Void by A. Non-Gui. We lack the language to express the void in all of its complexities. We have no words for its beauty. There is the rich, velvety darkness, the depths of the ocean, the hollow hues of the sky on a starless night, the cold colour when you close your eyes on the moonlight, the mottled pigments of a bruise on tender skin, the sharp black of the corner of your vision as you faint from exhaustion, crumble in an ointment of old blood, your own face reflected faintly in a dark glass. I was ignorant to these delicate gradations when I first arrived, but the eye of the dead god has penetrated my senses and opened my mind. What was once a dull grey has revealed into a subtle lustre. In my former life, I was a painter. I captured the blush of a young divinity's cheek, or the turn of a noble's shapely calf. I was paid vast sums to render the most insipid, lifeless aristocratic faces into the grand examples of virile splendor. Nothing I ever seen compares to the grace and color of the void. Also, these are huge books. Holy fuck, look how huge those books are. And they are painting the Eye of the Dead God. We saw that earlier. Locked into objectives. I've not been doing that. I thought you could do that by default. Whoops. Yeah, I'll take that over this. Targets marked by foresight have reduced health. Only one target time can be marked by foresight. Cultist diary. It has begun. When I woke this morning, my shoulder felt stiff and insensate. And when I inspected it, there was a thread of pure silver stone running across my flesh. At last, I'm merging with the void. Was to be removed from this reality and exist eternal in the next. To see the subtle shifts and patterns of the void. To be closed off from all contact with lesser creatures. I am eager to see its progress. The stone spreads. I feel it humming with heat as it encloses my very heart. Sometimes I am breathless with it. I can barely listen to the others. Times my tongue won't move for hours, and I am mute. My left eye has been entirely subsumed by the void. I can see strange shifts in light, but it is mostly endless darkness. I find it difficult to focus on my work. My pen slips from my hand even as I try to write these words. My fingers have grown cold and numb to all sensation. Some have even fused together in an amalgam of stone. I am exalted. I recognize some of those. That's the symbol of the game. Maybe.
Companions, guardians of the ritual hold, all of you have appointed yourselves to a better existence, lifting up from the muck and the dank warrens of the ignorant, of society. You see the world for what it is, discontent with its... It's not right!
Where did you disappear to?
I know you're here somewhere! What's all this racket? Huh?
Can you feel so much? Someone shooting at us!
I didn't imagine that.
Anybody?
Stop. I don't like that.
Oh! Is he dead?
You shouldn't!
Go no farther! Ow!
Oh.
Hear that?
No use running!
Face your death!
Hey, leave him alone!
You don't deserve the touch of the outsider. Piece of shit. You'll pay for that with your life.
No! You'll pay for his death!
I don't think I will. Just something's telling me I don't think I will. And we're back here. Great. That's what I was looking for. Just to make sure I didn't get lost. Like, I'm not missing anything. Count of the eye, a voice of the silence, a face of the terror, a body for darkness, a wound for the wanting, a knife for the whole knowing, a hold for the hollow, a truth for the seeker, a charge for the warden, an eye for the eyeless. Treatise on the physical existence of the foreign realm. Sir. Wait, have I? Oh, I've read this. So we need to see him, like, actually be a cultist. We can, like, find him. He's like a named person. I'm not gonna go this way just yet. That's TikToking. That's not how I thought that would go down, honestly.
You really thought you could just show up in a place like this?
Shouldn't have done that! How dare you! You'll die at the hands of a servant of the outsider! Such an artifice! No! You'll pay for his death! You've seen too much!
The hell just sent me there? Oh, this guy's gun, that's what.
I bet I can hit that black eye.
I missed. They all moved.
Stay still!
You'll be eating lead, my friend.
I doubt it. Oh my god.
Let's not make this too quick. Let's enjoy the moment of...
That could have went way better if one of my mines didn't just fall into the void. Thematical. And I didn't try to kick that guy.
Why are you here?
Can the outsider speak? Analysis of his visitations. Perhaps the most well documented, yet also most dubious of the outsider's visitations are his encounters with men and women of the Abbey of the Everyman. Aside from vague descriptions of temptations which the overseer and reckless both attribute to the outsider's presence, there are cases of visitations which the category merit our attention. The first is the bio-leaving account of the confrontation between the outsider and the High Overseer Francis Perry. It is maintained that the outsider has assumed the form of a large serpent and attacked the High Overseer in his chambers. I must stress this falsity of the story. The outsider's physical form exists bodily in the void and does not, as we know, shapeshift like a trickster, like some fanciful tale. However, turning to the confessions of the excommunicated oracular sister by the name of Romana Kime, we find a plausible tale. She recounted a dream in which the outsider appeared to her and, understanding the circumstances of her wrongful conviction of apostasy, offered her a gift. This was rejected. The next morning, she was branded and turned into the streets. She rejected the outsider's gift. Huh. Interesting. Also, look how cool this fucking library is. Library, inventory, and upkeep. A reference system needs to be reviewed as soon as possible. Bibliographical inconsistencies have been noted in several recent works, which makes study and citation difficult. Some of the older texts have been gnawed at by rats and need to be rebound. Make sure there are no mold in the pages before removing the damaged bindings. The mines can be damp and in unexpected places. Also, put down more poison. The first lot clearly isn't working. Has the latest account of the sanguine infusion been sent to us? It's needed for our research. Repeated use of these infusions seem to have deleterious mental effects alongside prolonged contact with the void. It is of great interest. You really like the idea of wooden architecture built into a cave quarry location? Yeah, it's really sick. Repeated use of these infusions with like the void angular shit also I think it's really, really cool. And the motifs that the void has. We must compare long and short term consequences. One of the eyeless in Karnaka has smuggled a letter along with the shipment of text and provisions. It is examined and burned. Its intended recipient is unknown, but it appears to be from a loved one. We will find out from whom it was written and deal with them accordingly. For now, direct the eyeless to seek out the smuggler and the loved one. First librarian Carnaverno. Can the outsider speak? Number 3. Most common biologic interactions recorded with the outsider are conjurations occurred at one of the many shrines to him, constructed across the Isles. They are considered, like all things of interest, heretical by the Abbey, and are forbidden from public view. The simple altars, often made of wood, wire, and other materials, found close at hand, are adorned with candles, dried herbs, and coin, and pieces of carved whalebone known to possess a blessing from the void. It is not known if any item belongs to the latter and makes a tangible difference to the shrine's power. Nevertheless, it's through these ritualized sites that contact the outsider is thought possible. However, many such attempts are failures. Long are the lists of potential incantations, sacrificial animals, and bodily fluids which are said to compel the outsider to appear. None are successful. But yet there remain scattered first-hand accounts of people bearing on their flesh what is known quickly as the outsider's mark, which we recognise as symbols engraved in whalebone runes, seemingly communing with the altar, and when they wake, they are able to recount specifics of the outsider's voice, appearance, which do not vary substantially in their description.
She has seen me through dark waters. Soon, she will see me unobscured.
We Watch the Stars by F.H. Clapp, excerpt from a monograph on celestial cartography. Any child who knows the constellations above the Isles. Any child knows the constellation above the Isles. The captain at the helm, the tossed Leviathan, the chained Duchess, the scald Higot, Scarlet Hagot, the Moth King. Tales older than the outsider himself. Patterns read long ago by the fearful and the ignorant to create meaning from the emptiness and engulf them. The supposed significance of one's birth in relation to these signs are a common folktale. Those born under this or that set stars will be lucky, obedient, or stubborn, or proud. This is, of course, simple superstition. What may be read in the stars is of greater substance than the fortunes of the unimportant masses. The night sky foretold the necessity of the outsider and urged Envision to seek out the wretch who would become him. It is not simply the movement of these distant stars, but when they blink out into nothingness that tells us what the void requires. Alongside the migration of birds and the entrails of certain animals, the disappearance of several prominent celestial lights urged the ancient Envisioned to take a helpless orphan and create the outsider from his wretched flesh. It was the Envisioned that done it. An evaluation of the prominent eyeless in Karnaca. Jacoby, Father Delay. He's a man of singular dedication. Any difficulty he encounters, he overcomes by sheer force of persistence. He is undoubtedly devoted to our intellectual ideals, the studious man, the passionate, yet obsessive in his single-mindedness. He can be prone to nervous fits and neglectful of himself and other duties. Furthermore, he is too enamoured of the sanguine infusion and its effect on his mind. Yun, Father Delay. An aesthete. He appreciates the patterns and nuances of the void. His knowledge and passion would enrich our pursuits here. But the man is his liberty. As of yet, he would not be suited to our rigours or our lifestyle. His public profile is too high to relocate without causing some alarm, and we believe he enjoys that fact. Michaels, to ascend within 3 years. A woman of consummate control. She has maintained a network of patrons and subordinates which she has allowed our influence to spread and our studies to continue. Her reliability and consistency is unquestionable. It is through her efforts and resources that the dangerous relic from the outsider's creation has been kept secure. Our trust was not misplaced. We're back here. Little secrets, little secrets. The Essence of Eternal by Polina Ravoski. Excerpt from the Treatise of the Void. It is impossible to study the outsider without also examining that desolate place in which so exalts him. But it is a grave error to mistake one for the other. True, the void rests upon his shoulders. We know that he, like the eye of the dead god which grants us our knowledge, is both a focal point and a catalyst for its power. We know that he alone, bound there, obscures the true nature. The vision looks ridiculous, they really do. Focal point and catalyst for its power. We know that he alone, bound there, obscures the true nature of that place from those who teem below it in Karnaca and all the isles beyond. The void exists eternal. While he is but a figure, the envisioned placed there, in their wisdom, the outsider is a static point, truth upon which we build our foundations. But the void is shifting, dynamic, a vast, ever-changing place, which grasps our world through every crack and fissure it can, from the wants of the living to the remains of the dead. We who cross this border see this, hold on our very bodies. We who live upon the threshold know its nature. The best word we have for it is perhaps hunger.
You'll have to be much more specific than that.
Inside the rich
I was kind of wanting them to talk more, but I fucked it. I hating this noise. Oh. Is it the wind? That'd be kind of neat if it was like, it's the wind. Oh, the eye's right over here. Just saw it.
That's it. The eye of the dead god. Watching me.
I hate this so much, but I love it so much. So look, there's a brow, right? There's a brow, the cheek, the eye. Possibly that's like the nose right here. The bridge of the nose. I want to see the full thing. What would it look like? He too, this god too, also has a black eye. Is this a corpse of a god, or is this a statue? This is a corpse of a god. That's fucking cool. This god came before the Outsider. What did this god do? Was it like the Outsider? Is the Outsider like a title, and this was the Outsider before the current one? What happens when a god dies? Let's go.
It's been a part of me since this all started. It's cold. Dead. But it still sees.
I suppose when you'd done that, you'd see the full thing. But no. We have indeed stepped into the void.
Everything.
Well, Cody's last notes. What do I do for the sake of my studies? What do I do for the sake of my studies? The risks are great, but it's never my nature to leave questions unanswered. Everything must be revealed in time. Others may judge me, but that same desire exists in their own hearts. They're simply too cowardly to pursue it. The only means to the ritual hold lies in pieces, suspended at the moment in time in which the ancient gate was shattered. I will break the oldest and most sacred dictates of our order by simply approaching it, and attempt to trespass. I do not know if I will succeed, but I must try. Whatever happens to my body, I know that my research is hidden in a safe place in my cell. My life has led to this moment, my wasted youth in the Academy of Natural Philosophy, my time with the eyeless, my years in the Sanctum, and I may finally uncover the secrets of the ancient language.
Like looking under the waves and into the sea. How long has the Outsider been drowning at the heart of the void?
Oh god. Holy fuck. I'm gonna go up here then. I'm gonna try something. Oh, it's gonna try and... Let's... Wow. You can kill them, I just don't know how to. Something really unsettling about how they shift? Yeah. There's no way a grenade will kill them, right? I don't know any. You just dipped. Whoa. Apparently, a full charge will take shot, bring him to the knees to the head. Alright, okay. You get an achievement for doing it, so I'm gonna try and do it here. It didn't work, it didn't work! Let me say this because he was like mid-warp. What was my last? Where was my? Did I quick save right there? I'm not sure. No. Something along those lines, eh? Look at that, like, weird purple. Is that a bug? Or is that some lore? There's a twin blade right there. Ooh. Whoa! Well, that was very lucky. It's the symbol of the game.
The topography of the void is dependent upon reality to supply the base material for it to mirror. However, there is one place that has no referent in our world. Though I know the void sees into our hearts, my fellows call it the ritual hold. Some say it is a cradle, others say a tomb. The outsider himself resides there. To even approach the gate to that place is sacrilege. And even then, the void itself keeps it shut to living eyes. Truly, the ritual hold exists outside of time itself. It would be as futile as it is forbidden to enter. These are thoughts for another time. My research into this ancient alphabet continues. Some remnants of their phonemic qualities are preserved in our oldest writings. The language possesses an unusual amount of diphthongs, reliant on distinction in tone and pitch to convey meaning. These symbols, I know the very nature of the void runs through them, but is it a dead language, or the language of the dead? Perhaps that could be the title of my next monograph.
What are we? Some kind of Dishonored Death of the Outsider?
Is that the mark of the outsider? This one was obsessed like
Is that the bite of 87?
What did he find out?
Gotta do some shit here. So, 6. 6 is involved here. 2. Nine, 6, 2. Yeah. I'd already forgotten what bone charm. Something discreet swap or something like that. What was that? Discreet swap. Oh, okay. Malcody's diary, the second month of darkness. I am now certain with the meaning that the script adorning the flesh of those few who encountered the outsider. It is his name. The name he lost when he merged with the void, and if this name is returned to him, the old ritual performed by the Envision years ago would be undone. This revelation shivers down my spine. What I hold is the catalyst that could undo everything our colleague, I don't know, has accomplished. The ancient language tantalizes me still. The pronunciation was never formed of any earthly tongue. Perhaps these people long ago spoke with the spirits. But the speculation is one of the many pitfalls which threatens the errant physiologist. To pursue this further would necessitate the deepest commandment of our order. No one has ever entered the ritual hold since the outsider merged with the void. But to find one of those cursed spirits to read this language, it intrigues and frightens me in an equal measure. Against all caution, all prudence, all sense of loyalty, I persist that I cannot abandon my research. This place, this reliquary that holds the outsider's true form, calls to me. If my plan to enter the ritual hold is found out, all is lost.
What? The mark is the outsider's name. And this says only spirits in the void can read it.
I missed. Oh my god, I'm bad at this game.
You're not one of us.
I should say that.
There's no use running.
I've got a weird body looking thing. Surely that is enough to... What? Oh god.
There they are. The terrible beasts. The leviathans of legend. Even our oldest writings detail sightings of these creatures in the void. Their affinity for this place is well known, but still a rarity. And here, now, so many. Oh, they drift through the void as if it were the depth of some placid sea.
Are we on about whales?
Oh, such secrets they must know. And listen, what music they make.
Must be about whales.
We had neither the means nor the opportunity to record them until this moment. Oh, but now, oh, how they bellow. They are calming. But why? For whom does this choir sing such baleful lamentation? It feels as if their song could end the world.
Everyone's on high alert now. Oh. Yeah. Ah, shouldn't did open up a little bit. I mean, there's something to come about when you prise the heads open and the piece is just there floating in your position. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Blood and piss.
Oh god! How did you see me? I need to move, I need to move. going down this way. Why couldn't? Why wouldn't let me teleport? Oh well. What the fuck? Who invited you in here?
How long has the outsider been drowning at the heart of the void? Wait till I get a better shot on that guy. I might start moving. I might start making a move now. That nearly fucked me. There's two of them. Oh, they despawn when you get close to the door. Or they don't. Whatever. He's here. I can feel it.
Wheels! Oh, big spire and everything. Was it spirits? Are those spirits? What are they? What are those things? Man, this place is so cool.
Now everything is gone.
As
The void is stripping it away.
Dowd? Why are you here? What are you?
Look at us. Trapped here. An eternity on a butcher's block. Waiting for the knife to fall. There's nothing left of me but this.
Dowd. I'm here. Look at me.
I know that name. I know you. There was blood. And masks and blades raised. Billy Lurk. You remember when you hated me? And now you followed me into the void itself. You brought the knife. I can't hurt him. There's nothing I can do. Only you can kill him. How long have I waited here?
Too long, old man.
There he is. The outsider. All this time dreaming in the void. I wonder if he dreamed about this moment. Go finish it. End his miserable life.
He almost looks like he's in pain. Is this really what you want? Is this really what he deserves?
You know how this ends, Billy.
Look at you.
Billy Lurk.
This is what
You
the
were the
Abbey tried
knife
to
in my
hide.
right hand.
This is what the
Until you were
Isles
the
want to
knife
know
in my
about.
back.
I'm at the center of the void itself. And you're not even some kind of horror I need to face down and fight. You're at my mercy. But you've always been at the mercy of bad people, haven't you? You said I had a choice. Well, I'm here to make it. You don't deserve this. No one deserves this. I won't let the world turn on someone suffering. I found another way. The outsider lived and breathed once. He spent his days on the streets of some forgotten city. These cultists took everything away from him. Even his name. But I know what it is. His name is the Mark. Only the dead can read it. If we give that back to him, he'll be free. He'll live out the rest of his days as a man like any other.
The Mark? No. You're here to kill him. You can't ask me to do this, Billy. Not after everyone he's hurt. Not after everything we've done.
Why is he to blame for what we did? He gave us a way to fight back. He never lied to us about what we might become.
You know what I became. We looked down on Dunwall as if we owned it. As if we could drown it in blood. Wow. He knew we'd turn into monsters like him. He always knew. And this Billy, he can't do anything but harm.
I saw the cult who hurt him. He died once at their hands. Look at him. This wasn't his choice. He never asked for this power.
Then end it. Put him out of his misery if you pity him. It's a better future than anything that might wait for him out there.
But does he have to die? Years ago, I did something terrible to you. I didn't deserve to live. But you let me walk away. You gave me a chance. Let him live, Dowd. Let him have the life he lost. Like you did for me.
When you left Dunwall, I hoped you could live a better life without me. That your future wouldn't be killing for coin until someone came to betray you. Forgiveness is a rare thing in this world, Billy. You're better than I was. Farewell, Billy. For the last time.
I can taste blood in my mouth. I can hear Doubt's voice in my ear. You have done something impossible.
We let you live. I can take you out of here.
These eyes were closed for centuries, and I saw everything. Bound here, I walked through the minds of generations. And now...
You're free. I can't take back what was done to you all those years ago. No more than I can take back what was done to me. But now you have a chance to be something new. To be something better. It must be strange knowing what you know. Seeing with old eyes all the secrets of the world. We've both seen the worst in people's hearts. But in the end, I gave Dowd peace. And maybe you can find some too. There's so much doubt. But there are some things I know are true. The outsider is no more. And with that, the world will change in ways none of us can know. But the void is still there. Echoing just beyond what you can see. And there's no one left to say who will and won't be touched by its magic.
The memory of our billing composer, Daniel Licht. His music touched us all and brought our games to life. Well, that's the end. I wanted for another Dishonored game, I want as one where the dead god, either the dead god is the current god, and one after in the future where there is no longer an outsider, there is no longer a god at all in charge. The way she said it there suggested like you can be born with magic now or something like that, or you're just gifted magic randomly and not being like directed by some omnipotent being. Very interesting. End of an era. Exactly. The director said it was the end of the Coldwin arc with this game, which means there might be another. They've not said this is the end of Dishonored. They said end of the Coldwin arc. Interesting stuff. What an ending. This studio are making a game called Redfall. Looks interesting. Looks like Arcane's version of Borderlands. And then the other one, I can't remember the other Arcane studio, but they are making Deathloop. It's coming out this year. We're going to play that.
In the month of darkness, seasons destroyed, a ritual killing bound his spirit to the void. Eyes drained of color, the beggar no more, to become what the believers waited for. They set him outside, beyond the spheres, quiet as the night, long like the years. He opened his eyes, as black as a dream, trying to speak his only words. Release thy golden locks, Gloriana. Let the warm summer breeze hold sway. Lie with me in bright sun, silken tresses undone. Reap laurels of youth while...
It took me up until this mission for me to fall in love with Dishonored. The final mission for me to go, holy fuck, I love this series. Like, everyone was like, it's alright. And that's why I got, you know, all of them. But when that final mission hit, I was like, this is my favourite game series of all time. This is it. Favourite game series of all time. I need to play it again. And I have. I think it's fucking amazing. This game series completely passed me when it first released. It's been great watching you play it. Oh, it's the people who don't play it, people who never played it. I'm like, it's a shame. It's a shame because it's so good. One of my friends owns the second game and he just hasn't played it yet. Like, he's played like the first two missions. I'm like, why have you not committed it? Why have you not committed to completing it? It's so good. Whether anyone else wants to buy it, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. Well, I don't know why. I don't know what you would. Unless you're okay with like replaying games constantly. Maybe. I don't know. You can try and do the non-detection route. I don't know. It could be kind of fun. I'm just gonna be replaying this. Let's play are usually the best way for me to start a new series. Alright, okay.
The meadow grass bent low and sweet beneath the marching soldiers' feet. Bugles called in the glen strong and brave. When he came back, she made no sound, but lies the night a broken ground, where oxrush blooms upon his grave.
You never played Dark Souls, but you watch countless playthroughs, and I'm still hyped to play it soon. Yeah, I've not. Like, I've seen a little bits of Dark Souls, and it does excite me, but never played a Dark Souls either, actually. And that is the end of the stream, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. What a game series. That's why I hold it as one of my favourite games of all time. It's just so good. And then uninstall it from my... Uninstall it from the hard drive. Just waiting for the stream complaining sessies. You're welcome. I've been wanting to like stream this for ages. And I just love it, and I want to show people why I like it and go into it. And I think it worked. I don't need to read that. Okay. Uncounted Doses Life. We can have a massively different change of pace. And we can raid Uncounted Doses. It's been hella fun watching play them all. It's been hella fun playing them all. And I can't wait to start the next season, which will be next Sunday. It will be Half-Life Alyx. And I think after that, we might do either Ratchet and Clank or Sly Cooper. The Ratchet and Clank Future, not the original trilogy. Because that's what runs on PS3. Still fun though, still very fun games. But yeah, let's go raid and do those. Oh, don't forget the raid call. What? Why is there $1 there? Interesting. Anyway, thank you all for showing up. 175 quid, super tempting. Yeah. Maybe go on sale. I don't know. Maybe prefer to go 35. I don't know. Up to you. Yeah, though. That's like a price of one game for the basically 4 games if you count the Dishonored 1 DLC as like its own game because it's got the content as one. So 4 games, £55. Pretty good. Anyway, let's go and raid. Uncounted Doses. He's playing Taken Hold in H3 VR. He's way better at me in the game. He's super fun to talk to. Just come over and say hi. He's great. Give him support. He's not affiliated yet, so we can drop him a follow and keep his chat active as well. Be fantastic.
Jesus. Doing good? I am doing good as well. That's good to hear.